Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the weekly recap. If you missed our Substack last week, don't worry. We're going to break everything down. So let's jump right in. First up, January. New year, new me. Every business owner in America swears this year is going to be their year and they're going to get serious. They set new goals. They have fresh energy and a brand new spreadsheet sometimes. And you know what, though, Lou? By March, poof, it's suddenly gone.
Matt, the root word of planning is plan. And 2026 is the year we get real. It's the year of the World Cup. It's the year of the Winter Olympics. What better year than the present, right? And shooting from the hip just doesn't work. This year, we need structure, smart goals, honest cash flows, and lining things up before we need them.
So we broke it down all in our Credit Bank blog for 2026. I'm surprised I didn't mess that up and say 2025. It's going to be a long time before I stop writing 2025, though. I promise you that. Our free 2026 Smart Goals Blueprint is downloadable. Go check it out there. So, Lou, thank God it's a new year. 2026, in my opinion, is going to be the year in real estate because we got the Trump admin. Let's face it, 2025, damn, that was ugly.
Matt, some way, somehow, that needle's been moving in 2025 without real estate booming. So could you imagine if real estate starts taking traction? I think 2026 is the year things really start moving in the right direction for real estate. I think rates will come down a bit. There's going to be a lot more demand. The White House has already come out with legislation to make it a bit more pro first-time home buyer.
Listen, I think real estate in 2026, and you guys already know I'm biased, Florida is about to explode again. We got a 50-year mortgage on the books talking about that. We got lower interest rates coming in. My guy, DeSantis, talking about getting rid of property taxes. I will love that if that actually happens. But on top of it all, the administration just banned BlackRock from buying single-family homes, which is going to increase the supply all around this country. We're in store for big things, and I think real estate may be my number one investment this year.
Matt, and our second favorite subject next to bricks, pizza. Pizza's on a downward spiral. No one's buying slices anymore. What's going on here, buddy?
Well, listen, I could tell you I moved out of New York 10 years ago to Orlando, and I can't get a good slice anywhere. But look, the truth of the matter is it's the GLP-1s out there. Everybody's on a diet. You know, Ozempic's taking off, Trizepatide's taking off, and California Pizza Kitchen and Domino's are living on promos. It looks like this may be the year. Real estate's not going to only explode, but we may get our beach bodies back again.
Taste changed, Matt. We went from pizzas and bagels and pretzels to, more of a Mediterranean diet and bowls. So let's go with it.
So Lou, me and my wife were discussing whether we're going to go to St. Bart's or we're going to go to Tahoe for New Year's Eve. And I am so happy we did not pick St. Bart's or anywhere in the Caribbean. Did you hear what happened about all the private aviation flights and flights getting canceled because of what happened in Venezuela?
Matt, this one made me chuckle. There is some irony on a billionaire who's partying in the Caribbean during the holidays getting stranded because the skies were shut down because of some political intervention in Venezuela.
Look, I guess geopolitics doesn't really care about Brad's next private equity deal.
Hey, things could be worse. You get stranded in some Caribbean island, things aren't so bad. First world problems.
So, all kidding aside, Brad may have not been able to get his private equity deal done. However, the Trump administration pulled off something that nobody ever thought was possible. They flew in by night and they flew out with a dictator that this government and administration has been trying to bring to justice for years.
Matt, it was like one of those grab machines at the carnival. He just swooped down, they picked up Maduro, and they brought him where all socialists go. New York City.
Lou, this operation was flawless. We saw it on TV, Black Hawks going in, Delta Force operation, seamless, no Americans got hurt. Now, the one question that everybody has on their mind is, why didn't they just bring him to Miami, which is a lot closer to indict him? And they decided to bring him to New York. I got my opinion, but I'd like to see yours.
I think traditionally, the U.S. Southern District in Manhattan always hears these high-profile terrorist, drug, financial crimes. I think the judges are well-trained. I think the jury pool is accustomed to it. and you get more eyes on the prize, man. These district attorneys and these U.S. attorneys, they're looking to promote their resume and their careers, right? So there's just more media in New York City.
Lou, that was a very politically correct answer. I'm going to give you a golf clap on that one because I really don't think that's really what happened. If you look at every camera, it was positioned properly, not only just to see him get off the helicopter, but to drive directly to, with the doors open, right, the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center. And I think Trump is not just playing 4D chess with the rest of the leaders in the world. I think he's making a statement to Madami, saying, we're not gonna take it, this socialist shit anymore. What?
Matt, you think Mamdani and Maduro are gonna be bunkmates?
Listen, the way this is going, man, I think he's proving a point, and he's not gonna take Madami's shit, and he's letting them know. And that's why everything went down in New York.
Yeah, look, you may be right. Regardless to say, geopolitically, America's back, man. No more messing around.
Absolutely. And this one move, as much as it helps the Venezuelan people, it also helps us as well. We stepped on China's oil supply and got them out of the Western Hemisphere.
Trump is also bringing back the 150-year-old Monroe Doctrine. We forgot about the Monroe Doctrine and basically stay out of our backyard and we'll stay out of yours. And everyone knows that Russia and China have been using their Silk Road and their military and oil initiatives in Latin America. And it looks like the American eagle is spreading his wings again.
You know what's crazy, though? After Trump and the administration went in and took out Maduro in Venezuela, we saw the protests in Iran intensify. And now it's going viral. Literally saw somebody in the street in Iran slap a sticker on the name of the street sign, and it said President Trump Way. What's going on?
Matt, years ago, you'd be able to quiet a populace because there wasn't the internet and news was slow, if any, and they would just black things out. I think today, everyone's got X, everyone's got YouTube, and news spreads, good or bad.
What a time to be alive. Now, if you got hit with a crazy tax bill last year and you're looking for ways to actually not have to write that check to Uncle Sam again, I wrote a great piece in Forbes. Go check it out. It's called Cost Segregation. I promise if you're a real estate investor or you have any connection and invest in real estate, it's going to change your life. Let's not make Uncle Sam our silent partner this year.
We love bonus depreciation. And finally, Matthew, some quick hits from around the web. The Pentagon dusted off a decade-old argument about women in ground combat roles, launching another review to determine whether girl power survives contact with a rucksack and a stopwatch. Matt, what do you think? Can women just live peacefully in the military?
My honest opinion is this. We really have a low birth rate right now, not just here in the US, but in the world. If we send our women off to fight in combat and war, no matter what the Democrats say, men can't have a baby. So it can't be a woman. So we're going to be really screwed. So no, I actually don't think women should be sent off to combat.
Who is this conservative gentleman by me?
Well, meanwhile, back to the markets. Look, Warner Brothers has been looking for a suitor. Paramount was out there. They offered $87 billion in a debt stack. This is why debt stacks are very important, and who's involved is important too, because it looks like they're going to lose that deal, Lou, to Netflix. They came in with a smaller offer than the $87 billion, but it's a lot saner on paper and a lot cleaner.
Matt, there's another thing we need to talk about, and sometimes the antitrust division of the federal government thinks that bigger is not better, but bigger is not necessarily worse. When you have a fractured industry, such as movie production and streaming, man, sometimes you create economies of scale. Let the market figure it out, buddy.
Well, let's see what happens. They still got to get through the antitrust. Like a lot of people don't do when they're investing, opening a business, or signing a contract, you need to pay attention to technicalities and, more importantly, the fine print. It seems that there was one trader out there that thought he won hundreds of thousands of dollars overnight because Maduro was captured. However, the poly market and prediction market gods thought otherwise.
It comes down to attention to detail. Is it an invasion, the overthrow of a dictator? Is the overthrow of a dictator an invasion? Well, it's like it's either craps or it's not craps. It's either 7 black or it's not 7 black. So you either won $400,000 or you're twiddling your thumbs watching your streaming station.
No, this reminds me of that time in Vegas when I put money down on the table. We were playing craps and my number hit. But guess what? The dealer told me, your bet was too late. We don't recognize it. That's what this feels like, and it hurts. Oof. All right, everybody. That's what you missed. If you want to dive deeper into the stories we just spoke about, go to our Substack. Do us a favor. We never ask for anything. This year, please like, subscribe, yell at me in the comments. We need to build our subscriber base up, and I know you can help. We appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next episode.